What is up, guys? So we are back at the Pawn to King series. I did get a couple requests that people wanted me to show my ID so that they could follow me in-game. This is on the NA server, so I am showing it right here. My ID is M94PBG, and I have some bad news if you're just tuning in. We did end up getting a third place, so our 100% win rate is down the drain. In game number 4, we didn't even make it to King. We still managed a top 3, and I do think we're going to be able to maintain a 100% top 3 rate for some time. But we actually had some really bad luck that game. We went up against some players who had some very strong teams right from the beginning, so we kind of clawed our way to a top 3, and that's pretty much the worst case as far as us being unlucky, other players being lucky. That's going to be... Most games are not going to be that difficult to win. So we're going to go ahead and queue up again. And we are currently Pawn 9, so this next game should be taking us to the Knight ranks. And we will see how the competition, how the caliber of player changes as you go from Pawn to Knight. Sorry about that. Okay, so we have goblins, we've got unicorns here, and a Gursus Ranger. In this case, nothing really stands out to me. I am going to grab the unicorn. Unicorn can beat the first round by herself, and actually another unicorn, so if I have 2, that can beat the second round. So, and the reason I chose the unicorn over the other units, which were stronger, is I chose the unicorn because she is, you can do a trick with her to get free gold. I've been trying to showcase it in all of the videos up till now. Hopefully this is the video where it happens. So we're going to hold on to this unicorn here, see if we can do a unicorn trick. And just as I say that, we are going to go away from it. So here, I'm not seeing really anything too strong, but I do see a pair of hunters. So I am going to go ahead and grab these hunters. We could be going hunters this game. And I actually think if I don't get anything that I like by the time round 4 starts, I might show you guys an open 4 game and show you what that looks like. So let's see what happens. We do have a player here. Oh, they were just AFK for the first round. So, in fact, I may just opt to open for it. Oh, just kidding. We have a 2-star Gursus Ranger. So, I was thinking about open forting, but we have a 2-star, so we're definitely not going to open fort here. I'm actually not sure if this is strong enough to clear this round. It probably is, but we'll find out. Normally, when I'm playing in the early game, I like to let just kind of what shows up dictate what I buy. And what I mean by that is I look for a shop where I get multiple units of the same synergy, or where I get a pair of a unit or something like that. If I don't find those things, I just choose units that I'm comfortable buying, that I'm comfortable using in compositions, or that I find strong in the early game. And here we go. So we were pretty well rewarded by grabbing those hunters. We already have a 3-hunter synergy going on. We're going to go ahead and corner it up here. I have 2 more gold here. So I'm thinking, what could I go with? Hunters do well with warriors. Hunters do well with Cave Clan. There's also a couple feathered hunters, so I think actually what I'm going to do here is buy this shiny dragon. Actually, I'm going to win. We're going to have some fun here. We're going to take a Fallen Witcher. It doesn't really fit into any builds, but it's just a really strong unit early game, especially if you can get some sort of big beefy tank on the field. It really... Okay, wow, that's amazing. I'm actually going to sell him now, so I can afford these guys here. Okay. So this is about as high rolly of a start as you can get. I'm just incredibly strong right from the get-go, so I'm actually going to show you guys how to high roll this game. I know Clay and Xcoundrel have done their videos on high roll guides, and it's kind of just showcasing like, hey, watch this game, I was very lucky. But I'm actually going to show you how to take a small advantage early game and snowball that into a victory fairly reliably. And in order to do that, you have to get to a point in a game where you're stronger than you should be. So right now, I have 2 2-stars, I have 3 hunters, I have 2 cave clan. I am a very strong player in this game. What I'm going to do with that strength is just shove it down people's throats and hopefully end up winning by overpowering them. Now, to do that, there's a couple things you want to do. So, what I just did is I leveled early. I did not level on curve. I leveled early so I could put another unit on the field. I did that because I'm on a win streak. So if you click on your anticipate income, you see that I am on a +1 win streak. So if I win, I get my victory gold, but I also am going to get an extra gold for winning because I'm on a win streak. That's basically, I'm relying on that gold instead of the interest gold to generate my economy. So I'm actually using the gold that I have to try and stay stronger than the rest of the lobby, so that I can win these games and keep that win streak alive. As you win more games, this could become a +2 and then eventually a +3 win streak. And I'd like to ride that +3 win streak to a victory here. So I grabbed these because they're warriors. What I can do is I can get a 3 warrior buff pretty soon. Once I can hit level 6, I'm going to take out an Agursus Ranger and throw 3 warriors in here. That's going to be the strongest version of this team, I think. So this is the one round where we could possibly lose. If we win this round, however, I think we're going to be in a really comfortable position this game. And this guy also has 2 2-stars, or I have 3 actually, so I should win, but he does have a strong team. With the Shadow Devils, a very strong early game unit. But we did win. So what we're going to do now is we're going to try and stay 1 to 2 levels ahead of everybody else by leveling early and not necessarily leveling on curve. By doing that, we should be able to maintain this win streak and hopefully just win out and win the game. So that's what we're going to do. It's horribly money inefficient to level up right now. And I'm going to be taking a 2-star out in favor of a 1-star. So it looks bad, but the idea here is actually to... and I'm trying to find a way to put my tankiest units up front. The idea here is to try and ride the win streak rather than banking on an economy. This is a much less reliable thing that you can do. It's only in the very rare game where you do end up with some disgusting luck early on, like we did this game. I found those early 2 2-stars, and hopefully I'm going to take that small advantage that I was gifted and then just use that to control the game from here on out. That's a very strong warrior, so this can go. We're going to put him in. I would really have liked to level up again. If you watched my Turbo Boys series, you know I like to try and aim for level 7 by round 9. Unfortunately, because I've got very expensive units, this is 6 gold, this is 4, this is 3. Because I've got expensive units, I was unable to afford that. But I still represent a very strong team here. I've got 2 humans, so I can start doing some silencing on key units. Like I just silenced both of these guys with that passive. The Cave Clan just makes my Skull Hunter and my Red Axe very tanky. The Warrior buff makes my Warriors very tanky, and my Hunters just do a lot of damage. And they've got a very beefy front line in front of them. So early game, it doesn't really get much better than some sort of lineup like this. And hopefully, if we make intelligent decisions from here on out, we should be able to quite comfortably cruise through this game and crush our opponents. So it's kind of a how to high roll guide, but it's not about it's not just me showing you that, hey, I'm getting very lucky. It's recognizing that, yes, I'm getting very lucky, and this is what I'm going to do to maximize the effects of that luck, to ride that luck to victory. With a composition like this, I'm actually pretty comfortable for the next 5 rounds as far as my strength relative to the rest of the lobby. I highly doubt that anybody's going to be able to beat me for the next 5 rounds, so I could think about economizing. However, I'm on a +2 win streak. I really do want to get to a +3 win streak, so I may end up leveling next round, throwing in this Agursus Ranger just to be even stronger. Guarantee that win streak. Let's see here. Now I could also grab the Poisonous Worm. What that would do is actually give me the Beast buff as well, and Poisonous Worm is it's a very cheesy way to start chipping away at your opponent's health very quickly. And the reason is he spawns these little wards. And each of those wards that survives to the end of the round does an additional damage to your opponents. So, for example, we'll watch and we'll see how many wards survive this round. So, if this guy was fighting me on his screen right now, there would be 1 ward alive at the end of the round. This ward is going to do 1 more damage to his health pool. So, once you've got a 2-star Poisonous Worm, you might see 3, 4, even 5 wards alive at the end of the round. That's doing, 3 to 5 more damage to your opponents every round. It accelerates the game. And you want to accelerate the game because we've got an advantage and we want to push it. We want to knock people out very quickly and win before they can crawl their way back in with economy. Here, I'm actually going to sell the Shining Archer, throw in a Wind Ranger. It's just a stronger hunter. A much more does much more damage, and it has a much more powerful effect to have on the field. So that's why I made that decision there. Now I'm thinking, I've got 9 gold. This win will get me to 10 gold. I'll be able to get 1 interest, and I think I'm now on a +3 win streak. So I'm to the point where I will be getting 4 extra gold every round, so my income will be 9 gold. And if I can now take my +3 win streak and build an economy at the same time, I will be getting as much gold as you can possibly get. And no one should be able to keep up if I just simply have that much more gold than everybody. So we are looking for anything we can do to make our team stronger now. Throwing in an Agursus Ranger could help. However, I don't have the gold to do it, right? I can only level 3 times with the gold that I have. That would get me 12 more experience, so I would be at 16 of 24. So I can't level up. I don't think there's anything I can do, so I'm just going to hope to win this round. If I do win this round, it'll give me 1 more victory gold, so I'll have 20 gold. That'll get me 2 gold from interest and 3 gold from my win streak. That's 5 extra gold. So it's essentially as if I have 50 gold in the bank already. So when you're riding a win streak like this, it's okay if your economy dips a little bit, if you spend some of your money to stay on the win streak, because you're essentially getting the same effect. I'm getting interest as if I have 50 gold right now. So it's okay to use my money to maintain this advantage. All right. Now, what am I thinking? I would like to 2-star that Poisonous Worm. I'd like to 3-star the Agursus Ranger. Tusk Champion is a very good warrior to pair with this team. And in fact, Tusk would give me 3 beasts, so if I added another beast, I would have 4. So I'm thinking that I might choose to get a 4th beast in here at some point. And the reason I would do that is because my pieces, which are already doing a lot of damage, would just be doing even more damage. So I think that could be the direction I'm going this game, though I'm not 100% sure. And there's nothing really I can do to get to 30 gold here, so I would like to keep all of these pieces on my bench. I'm not going to sell any of them right now. So we're still riding our win streak. And okay, so the Swordman actually, I'm also going to buy the Swordman. I could end up going for 4 Cave Clan as my front line with like 6 hunters behind it. That's a thought. I doubt this game gets to that point though where I have to make that decision. I'm actually not going to move my pieces. It's too late to do so, and my team is so strong that I would have no problem beating the Wolfpack right now, regardless of where my pieces are. Alright, so let's use what we learned from the last video and do a little bit of scouting here to see what everybody has got going on here. So, if you look, from a star count perspective, I'm actually not ahead of anybody. I have 2 2-stars on the field. This guy's got 5, 5, 3. This guy's got 6. We actually just fought him and beat him. This guy's got 2, this guy's got 5, and this guy's got 2. So we are ahead of this guy in terms of stars and levels, but he's got a huge economy. Oh, we lost. Look at that. Fortunately, in case you didn't know, losing a PvE round does not affect your win streak. So we are still win streaking despite that. Because we lost, we could be in a position where we are not the strongest person on the field, so I'm going to do something to change that, and in this case, I think what I'm going to do is level up. So I'm going to level up, throw in another Agursus Ranger, get a bit stronger. Hopefully we're able to maintain that victory here, and start 2-starring some of these units that we're sitting on. We would really like to 2-star the Pirate Captain, the Werewolf, this Poisonous Worm. It would be a great 2-star to have. So we used our advantage to level aggressively, and we are still getting essentially 5 interest worth of gold every round by maintaining our win streak. But our piece quality is starting to lag behind, so we have to start making decisions to try and increase the strength that we're representing on the board. And in this case, the decision I made was to level up and throw another piece in. As you level up, though, obviously it takes more experience to level up each time. This was very helpful for us. So we instantly just had a huge strength increase by getting those 2 2-stars. That actually helped a lot. So now we're at a point where what we want to do is start killing people. We want to start eliminating people from the game. To do that, we want to have lots of units on the field so that we do a lot of damage. The best way I can see of doing that right now is to 2-star this Poisonous Worm and then start putting mana items on him. If we get mana items on him, he will be spawning more wards, doing more damage to our opponents. If we look here at Cthulhu, we have 1 ward on the field. I would really like to get another one, but it doesn't look like we're going to. So we did 15 damage, and 1 damage was due to this Poisonous Worm here. If we had another one, it would have been 16 damage. So by getting our Poisonous Worm to 2 stars, we're going to have more wards spawning, especially if we give him mana items. And we'll be doing a lot more damage to our opponents. Skull Hunter, Razorclaw. So Razorclaw also spawns a unit, so he actually is a pretty nice addition for us. And I think better than having the Agursus is just having a lone Razorclaw here. Now with that, we want to get him at least to 2 stars. So what I'm going to do is buy another Druid, so that if I find another Razorclaw, I can get him to 2 stars. If I come across a Unicorn, I'm going to sell this and have a Unicorn on my bench instead. This guy already has a 2-star Razorclaw. The reason I chose the Razorclaw, he's a strong unit, but his Spirit Bear is very strong, and it's another spawned unit, so it's going to do more damage to your opponents. And some reason I can't deselect him. Okay. If we look at the person fighting us, how many spawned units do we have? So we have 1, 2, 3, and this does 2 damage. So we actually did 4 extra damage to that person just with spawned units. Huh. Is it better just to have a big Warpwood Sage on the field? I'm debating if I should have this Razor Claw or just another big beefy tank here. He also heals, so I'm actually going to pull the Razor Claw and throw another tank in. I'm not going to be keeping him long term, but he was just a good option for this particular round, and with that I can sell this Wisp Seer to get to 40 gold. Something I've been noticing a lot recently is that I see lower level players tend to really like buying druids, and I think the thought is that, oh, if I have druids I can get 2 and 3 star units faster. 2 stars are stronger than 1 stars and 3 stars are stronger than 2 stars, and in general, yes, that is the case. However, when it comes to druids, I think they're not significantly stronger. They're not stronger enough, if you will. I think almost every druid as a 1 star is weaker than most other units, and that's true then also at 2 stars and at 3 stars. So for example, I would rather have a 2-star Skull Hunter than I would a Warpwood Sage. I think a Skull Hunter is just a better unit, a standalone unit. Okay, let's see what's going on here. So we're still on our win streak. We have not lost a PvP round this game. We are now getting maximum victory, or maximum gold every round. Our 5 basic income, 5 gold from interest, and 3 gold from win streaking. So you cannot possibly get more than 14 gold per round, which is what we're going to be getting every PvP round. Did I just sell the Swordman? I did. Shoot. I would have liked to now just gone full Cave Clan, but that's okay. Who can this go on? Skull Hunter, sure. So I'm looking for the final bit of synergy that's going to put my team over the top and just crush everybody. If we look here level-wise, people have caught up to us in level. There are 2 people on our level. Everybody else is only 1 level behind. And star quality, we have other than Oh My Bad, we actually have the fewest 2-star units on the field. So we're getting to the point where the lobby is catching up again. So we need to find a way to stay ahead of them. And I think we will be able to hit level 9 very soon, so that's going to help a lot. Ooh, this Venomancer is destroying us right now. We were very fortunate to win this round. MKJ. Let's take a look at MKJ. That's the 2nd place player. They're on our level, and they have more stars in the field, so that's why that was so close. So because of that, I am actually going to use a little bit extra gold, push up to level 9, and throw in another unit that I think is going to help. So in this case, I'm going to sell the Warpwood Sage, and I'm going to throw in a Razor Claw and a Tusk Champion. And I'm doing this because it gives me the 4 Beast buff now, so now my units just do a lot more damage. And I think that's going to help me kill their guys faster, and I think that's going to help me maintain my advantage. That could have been the wrong decision to make there. You know, I definitely make mistakes. I see mistakes in my gameplay all the time. But at the time, I thought that that was the best decision I could make to strengthen my team. It looks like I might have been wrong. This 2-star Shining Assassin is going to stop our win streak, unfortunately. So our win streak just ended, round 22. But we rode the win streak up until now, and I think we can use that advantage that we generated to win the game. So now we're going back to basic principles of using our extra gold to level. And I'm thinking if I can put a better team on the field, and I don't think I can right now. I want him to have the mana so we can spawn more dudes. So we're going to sit here. We're probably going to start losing a few rounds here and there, but we have 89 gold right now, so it's totally fine for us to lose rounds here and there as we push to level 10. So what we were able to do with that early advantage was hit level 9 by round 21? So we were just 22 actually. We were able to level incredibly fast with all of that extra gold we got. And even though we ended up losing a round, we should have gotten enough of an advantage that we can ride it to victory. I don't think a 3-star werewolf is a very good decision, so I'm actually going to not buy him. And I'm going to use that extra gold to level instead. So what am I going to add as my final piece here? I could add a warlock to gain the lifesteal. I could add an Agursis to take away my opponent's armor, or I could just add units with strong abilities, something like a Storm Shaman, or a Tsunami Stalker, or a Dark Spirit. So I'm thinking those units are what I'm probably going to lean towards adding as my 10th unit. In this case, I already have the Storm Shaman, so I might just stick with that. This is actually the player that killed our win streak so easy, and we actually just beat him. So that shows that sometimes you win some, you lose some. There is a Tsunami. Tsunami is going to benefit more than the Storm Shaman. Tsunami's a hunter, so he's going to get this extra damage. So I would like, I think, to put him in over the Storm Shaman. So we're going to leave him on our bench right now, simply because we cannot hit level 10 without sacrificing interest. And this is a PvE round, and I'm not too worried about surviving these. I do think I'll be abandoning the Razor Claw and possibly even the Tusk Champion quite soon. They don't seem to be doing much for me. But we'll see. I'm just thinking about being flexible as the game progresses, but I don't know what I would do instead right now. So I'm keeping it in my mind, but I'm not going to prematurely act on anything until the pieces show up that obviously make it a good play. Here, I'm very close to 2-starring my Agursis, or 3-starring my Agursis Ranger, so I'm going to put damage items on him. He attacks very quickly, so I think that he's going to make the best usage of them, and he's ranged, so he tends to survive a lot longer. And we actually might lose this round. This player does have a very strong team. Yeah, so we're going to lose this round, but that's fine. If we look at MKJ here, who beat us, he is also level 9, and he just has better star quality on the field. Goblin Mech Warlock, so he's playing the Goblin Gamble. He's trying to find that 6th Goblin, which is the Devastator, which is going to propel him to victory. Do I sacrifice 1 interest to go ahead and level now? I think I do. Yeah, I think I do. I think I'm going to go ahead and level up now. It's going to cost me 1 interest gold, but it allows me to put the Tsunami in. I'm putting him in front so that he's going to get hit, and he's going to generate his ult very quickly. And just the knock-up from his ult, it not only does a pretty good amount of damage, but that CC is really why he's in there. He absorbs a lot of hits, and that, 1.5 second stun or whatever that is, just can really turn the tides of a battle. And I'm going to put a shield on him so that he can survive a bit. And now we're level 10, so any excess gold we have, we can roll. And I am going to buy that Tsunami, even though it costs me one interest. Simply because having a 2-star Tsunami is going to be great. And this actually could be the final form of my team. Getting a 2-star Pirate Captain, 2-star Wormy Boy, 3-star Agursis, 2-star Tsunami. That could be the final form of this team. Obviously, I'm not going to lock anything in yet, but I think that's kind of what it's looking like for this game. It should be a strong enough team to win the game. Ooh, and sidestepped that ult, which feels bad. Okay, so this guy's beating us. This is MKJ again, so we do need to find a way to beat him. Who's he fighting right now? Tula. Okay. Blight Sorcerer would have been a good choice because he would have given us the Agursus Ranger buff, or the Agursus buff, but it's simply too late for that. Now, I forgot that my Wind Ranger was only a 1-star, so I'm actually going to sell these Storm Shamans. So I can get this Wind Ranger, because, yeah, that's what I was looking for. That's going to be a nice boost. I'm not going to focus on 3-starring units just yet, except for the Agursus. 3-star is very important for him. And I think we're nearly there. We nearly have the strong enough comp. We've almost done enough to win this game. So just a little bit more we've got to do. This is Tula, who we are going to beat on our screen. Hopefully we stop his win streak, stop his extra gold generation. I'm actually going to go peek over there, and yeah, so we stopped his win streak. We actually eliminated him, so it's just going to be us and MKJ. And he's the guy that's beaten us twice, so we just need to try and make sure that we can stay ahead of him. I'm actually going to throw all these tanky items onto the Tsunami here, just to make sure he's able to survive and get his thing off. Damaging abilities, I think the Wind Ranger has the most damaging ability on my team. And this is a PvE round, so I'm not too worried. So I am going to... Okay, that's 2 Razor Claws. Huh. Okay, so what am I going to do here? So I'm definitely going to level that Razor Claw up. Unfortunately, I don't have space for the Druid to get the Druids and do it cheaply, but I can do it the old-fashioned way. And I do need a Pirate Captain, which I just found. I also want a Tsunami, a Worm Boy, and an Agursus Ranger. Okay, so that's a nice power boost we just got. We want that on him. Okay, so we're just going to wait here. See how we match up with MKJ. I think we probably are strong enough now to beat him. If we weren't, we could try and think about adding things like the Storm Shaman to silence his units, or a Siren maybe to turn them all into stone. But we just won comfortably on both screens, so I think we're in a good spot. So all we want to do now is, I think, upgrade these last 2 units, and we should be just fine. So I can, again, use my excess gold, and just chill. So, in this game, we were able to take an early advantage, and that advantage was getting 2 very early 2-star hunters. We had a 2-star Skull Hunter and a 2-star Agursus Ranger incredibly early. I decided to try and ride that to victory by investing heavily into leveling early so that I could have more units on the field. By having more units, it was more likely that I would win the round, and I was able to maintain a win streak. I think it was round 22 where we eventually lost. So, but by that point, we had hit level 9. And he won on his screen, so we are not quite a runaway just yet. We do want to find that Agursus Ranger. There's the Devastator. So what I just did there is I bought it simply so that he couldn't have it. So I am denying this Devastator from my opponent. And if we look here, he's still looking for a Devastator. He does not have it yet. So, that's one thing that you can do. Because the pool is shared, if I have this Devastator, that's one that's not in the pool for him to get. So that's why I did that. I am effectively making it less likely that he finishes his build. Normally that's not the sort of thing that you want to invest your gold in, but at this point it's me against one other dude. I know exactly what piece he's looking for. It came to me, so I am going to buy it. It's kind of a situational play that I just made. And, wow, I might end up throwing in a Devastator just just to troll him. I think this is the last round, so I am going to roll... Oh, I should have got that Tusk. I am going to roll down just to try and find my Agursus Ranger and Tsunami. Another Tusk I just missed. This is ridiculous. Okay. I keep forgetting that I have a 1-star Tusk champion in. Oh, I didn't hit the button in time. I thought I did. We're probably going to end up killing him before I can end up upgrading that. I would have liked to put in a 2-star Devastator too, just kind of to BM the guy. Normally you don't want to make plays like that, but because I found his piece that he's been looking for, I just thought it would be funny. And he might have actually found it because he just won on his screen, so let's take a look at what happened here. He did not, so I don't know how that just happened. Okay, so we're going to level that up. And I am going to go ahead and go down to 20 and wait. This is a PvE round. I'm not too worried about beating it. It's the Black Dragon King, which he is a very strong creep, but I will have no trouble dealing with him. You're supposed to go there. Okay. I'll have no trouble dealing with him. So I don't need to spend all my money to try and defeat him right now. And what I just did there, he does AoE damage to the people he's attacking, so you kind of want to spread out just a little bit, take a little bit less damage. That's the only positioning you can do to combat him, I guess. I guess I'll buy the Razor Claw and Druids if I come across them. Wow. So I might actually be finding a 3-star Razor Claw late in this game, which is not something I was expecting to find. Okay. I'm still wondering how he managed to beat me. Oh, so he's got a Devastator now. So he actually could end up winning this game. Because he's got a full endgame comp, and I've got strong units on the field and strong synergies, but it's not actually a full comp. I actually don't know if there's anything I can do to win this game. Okay, there is. I can do this, buy that, upgrade that, upgrade that. I am going to hold on to this just so that he can't have it. And I'm going to change my positioning just a little bit, see if my Razor Claw can do some nice damage and carry us here. Now, his Soulbreaker is getting back here and doing some damage, so I might want to try and position around that. And I'm thinking... Wow, those bombs just do so much damage. Is he crushing us on his screen? Yeah, he's probably going to end up winning this. So we're taking a lot of AoE damage, so let's look at his units here. And see what we can do. All of his goblins are 3-starred, that's insane. And he's got a 2-star helicopter. So he's got an incredibly expensive army going on here, so I think I'm going to try and spread out just to take a little less AoE damage here. And I want the Razor Claw to pick up that Soul Reaper, or that Sky Soulbreaker as he jumps in. He's a little bit tankier than the Agursus Ranger, so that's why I wanted him back there. I really don't want that Agursus to die. It did, unfortunately. Okay, so he just eliminated us with a very strong endgame comp. Like, he got multiple legendaries to 2 stars, so kind of not surprising. And when we get to the score screen, we will see that he had a very high army value there. But we were able to still take that small advantage that we were given early and catapult it into a 2nd place finish. And we didn't even have like a meta comp going on. I was kind of just freestyling that one. So I had 101 gold, he had 105 gold, very similar income values that game. So I actually wonder, this guy seems like he knows what he's doing. I don't think he's actually a Pawn 5 player. So he could be someone like me who started a new account and is trying to climb up quickly or something like that. Regardless, that was kind of a guide on how to high roll and take a early game advantage and to make the most of it. We weren't able to actually pull out the victory, but we did manage a second place, and we were very close to winning. We were trying to deny this guy finding his Devastator, but unfortunately he did, so we ended up in second place. So thanks for watching. I do appreciate you guys following and subscribing. If you have any requests for topics you'd like me to cover in future videos, I would love to hear those. I'm going to go ahead and read through the comments, and if you guys make a comment on what you'd like me to talk about, either if I see one that I really like or the one that's most upvoted, I will go ahead and do that. Also, if you'd like to see particular builds showcased, I would love to do that for you guys as well. I'm thinking about trying that new 6 warrior build that's showing up on the Asia server right now, where you don't level and you try and 3-star your warriors very quickly. I heard about it, and I think it sounds like it's something fun to try, especially on this Smurf account rather than my main account. I could try it at lower levels, and it should be a little bit more easy to recover if things go wrong. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.